Hey, so greetings from Ohio. I am back in Ohio again. I just couldn't stay away. So, yep, back in Maple Heights, Ohio, which is just outside of Cleveland. Now, it was a very long day for me today because I had to get up at like 3 a.m. and get ready for the airport. I was pretty much all packed, but it's just functioning. And then, of course, when you know you have to get up stupid early, you don't sleep well. You wake up all the time. So I think I got 2 hours of sleep? Maybe? Possibly? I'm not sure. It was little enough sleep that I kind of dozed off on the plane, which I never ever do. So I landed. We had some delays, but they were on the second leg, so I really don't mind. The second leg, I get there when I get there. I'll be fine for work for tomorrow. And, I'd rather they take the time to do what they have to so it can be safe. Now, all of that said, by the time I got the rental car and got back to the hotel, I'm tired. I do not have any energy left to go out and go to a restaurant and sit there and have the kind of meal I would like to enjoy. So I ordered and had it delivered. So it just automatically showed up. We summoned the food. So Accio food. I ordered from a place called Hex Cafe. So I guess I'm going to go to Heck tonight. Now, a couple of real neat things. The last time I was here, I had a really kind of nice Chevy Malibu. I like them as a rental car because they handle well. They're not trying to fight with you for who's controlling the steering wheel. And they have a pretty decent built-in navigation system. So not only did I get another Chevy Malibu, I got the exact same one I had when I was here like 3 weeks ago, which amused me, especially when I went to look into the settings and they had not changed back the setting that I put on it, which was to avoid the highways. So I'm sure whoever had it between the last time I had it and now was like, why did this car route me on all surface streets? Well, that's because I would rather have it take longer and have a low stress drive than deal with freeways and people merging and people who don't know how to merge just kind of trying to run you off the road and all that good jazz that happens. So that said, same hotel, different room. This room is slightly smaller, but it's nice and cozy. And it's also back from the main parking lot area, so I think it will be even quieter, although the last time was pretty nice. Now, I am hungry, since the only thing the airport feeds you is one cookie. I had a stroopwafel, which I do like, so thank you, United, for the stroopwafel. But that's not a meal, not even close. I nibbled on a little bit of cheese and some pickles that I picked up at the airport, but it's time for a real meal, especially since I didn't have time to eat before we left, really. So what did I order from Hex? Well, let's see what we got in this tin here. Now, this is a suburb of Cleveland in essence, and they're really known for having some good German and Polish type food. So, when in Rome. Oh, look at this. That is pierogies. Pierogies are these little pastry pockets that are stuffed usually with potato and cheese and all kinds of good stuff. These have been fried, so they're kind of crispy. They have a lovely sort of golden toastiness on them. And I'm smelling truffles big time. So there's a truffle dressing on there. And it looks like there's also some sour cream, which would be traditional, and maybe some onions, toasted onions, and some balsamic vinaigrette. My mouth is watering just looking at it and smelling it. So I gotta go in and try this. Because one thing that I am told they do really well in the Cleveland area is pierogies. And I like pierogies anyhow. I'm going to go in and take a bite. Okay. That is good. The mashed potatoes are rich and creamy, and you have a definite truffle flavor to them. The sour cream provides a little bit of creaminess and tang at the same time, and that slight sweetness of the balsamic vinaigrette, that is just a flavor explosion right in your mouth. I gotta go in for another bite. That's good. That's really, really good. They're not crispy like fried, so they still have some like tooth to them when you bite into them. Not tough, but there's a definite mouthfeel as you're biting into it, but it's not crispy, flaky, deep fried kind of a crispy. It's a pan seared. That is good. And I gotta try some of my, this might not be onion because it looks like it's dark. Whatever it is, it's dark. It's not onion. It's leek. Those are really thin julienne strips of leek that have been lightly battered and fried, and they are good. All right, that's decadent. That is so good. Going to heck was a really good idea. So, but given that I have a tiny, tiny little stomach, and I kind of went a little bit overboard on the stuff that I wanted to order because I wanted to try a bunch of stuff. Plus, now I don't need to go get any food for like 3 days because I have plenty of food here for 3 days. So what do I have next? Oh, nope, that's going to be for later. We're going to save this one for later. Now, what I have next is salad. Greens, roughage as my grandmother would call it. And this looks like a really, really nice light green salad. Now, I ordered blue cheese, and I'm wondering if this is blue or is it ranch? I don't know. Let's see. Because I'm not a fan of ranch. Nope, that's blue. But it's like they put some dill or something in the blue cheese. That's unusual. But at least it's not ranch. Everybody loves ranch except me. I think I'm the only person in the universe who thinks ranch is disgusting. I mean, have at it if you like it, but I will take blue cheese or no dressing at all over ranch. If ranch is my only choice, I'm going to have my salad dry. So what do we have here? We have cherry tomatoes that look to be perfectly ripe. There's some cucumber, some red onions. It looks like I have a mix of lettuces, so it kind of looks like a spring mix. And there's some arugula in there. I really like arugula. I thought it was just kind of a pretentious thing because I'd never heard of it for many years. We did not have it growing up. So, you know, it was just kind of something the snooty rich people ate. And then I tried it and was like, they're on to something. There's like a slight bitterness to it that works. It's not overwhelmingly bitter, but it definitely adds a lot in the flavor department. I'm going to take a bite of my salad here. I see arugula. The dressing actually works really well with that, even if it does have dill in it. There's some baby beet greens that we have in here. There's some radicchio. I see several different kinds of lettuce, so that's nice. And you guys don't need to watch me eat a bunch of lettuce, but I'm gonna eat one more bite of the lettuce before I go on to the actual entree that I ordered. Okay, that's good. That is very tasty. It's a nice, well-balanced salad. And the dressing's on the side, so it's not just floating in dressing. I can add enough to give it some flavor, but not drown it. Now, what did I order from Hex? I'm not sure what their overall theme is, but they had a really interesting sounding menu. And so I decided to order a burger, but it's not just your ordinary burger. And it's well packaged because this doesn't want to open. And I don't want to like open it and then it goes flying because you don't know your own strength. Okay, let's go this way. I will get into it. Oh, there we go. There we go. We're into it. Oh, wow. That smells really good. So, it is a burger. It is a burger with a brioche bun. And that would not be a translucent burger patty like you get from McDonald's, where you can pretty much read the newspaper through it. There's some thick bacon on there. And this has brie melted onto it. So it looks like it's got brie and some other kind of cheese. I'm not sure exactly what kind is in there. And on the side, ooh, it has like a berry compote. So you're gonna put the berry on there. I don't know why they didn't just mix that in with all of it. Now the burger is kind of lukewarm, but because I had it delivered and it's fairly cold out here, it being winter, I'm gonna give that a slide. Shout out to Gary, who was very nice and brought it all the way over here to me. So yay for Gary, saving my not energetic self. And I'm going to start by putting a little bit of this berry on here so I can try it as it was intended with all the goodies on it. So let's go in. Man, this is like as big as my head. It's huge. Let's go in for a bite, shall we? Wow. Again, that works. Now, admittedly, it'd probably be better when it's like piping hot, but I am not going to hold that against Hex since it is winter and they made it and delivered it to me. The meat itself is a good quality beef. They have cooked it with a little bit of pink in it. So you can see the pink where my bite was. That bacon looks to be, I didn't get any bite of it in there, but it looks to be a really thick, like slab cut bacon. The umami, almost mushroomy, creamy savoriness of the brie actually pairs well with the beef, and it's contrasted nicely by that mixed berry compote, which looks like it's in large part blueberry, and I love blueberry, so blueberry is good stuff. Now this is not a sloppy burger. It's not one of those ones that slides all over the place. It's holding together pretty well. There is a fair amount of fat in it. that kind of coats your mouth, but not in a bad way. It's that kind of good, rich coating where you're going to enjoy your burger for a little bit longer after you finish your burger. That's a good burger. Wow. They had a whole bunch of different, very creative takes on burgers. So you can get your standard hamburger. You can get some that are like a tower of hamburger. And you can get some that have not your typical ingredients. So they're kind of elevated gourmet hamburgers. That's kind of the direction I went. And with that paired with my pierogies, which is a lovely ethnic side dish kind of a thing, they actually go together well. Even though brie is kind of French and pierogies are Polish, but hey, it's all that same part of Europe, more or less, and it works. Now, what is the last thing I got? Well, I gotta at least try a taste of it. Obviously, I'm not going to be eating the whole thing right now. I can't eat even one whole thing of any one of these things that I got. I think just the salad alone I wouldn't be able to finish. So this, look at this. This is a good old-fashioned bread pudding. And it looks to have a sauce on it. So I'm going to taste the sauce first. Oh, that is a very rich, like creamy custard that almost has like a toasted sugar butterscotch kind of a flavor to it. That is excellent. Now, we did not have bread pudding all that often when I was growing up, so it was a big treat. And it's also a great way, if you've got day-old bread, it's a great way to use up your homemade bread, and everybody's going to snarf it down. It has, good texture. It's not sloppy. Here, let's see if I can bring this in so you can see it better. It is not sloppy. Let's try a taste of it. I see cinnamon all scattered through it. Cinnamon's always good. Oh my God. That is bomb. That is so good. It's got that kind of moist creaminess, like really good French toast, because it's got custard all through it. And then of course the bread itself is got good texture to it. It holds up to all the cream and custard and all the ingredients that they put on there. It's slightly caramelized with that topping that they put on it and all the cinnamon that's through it. And it is spectacular. Wow. I'm going to eat one more bite of it, and then that's going to be it, because I am full and I'm also ever so tired. So I think it's about time to get unwound here in the room. It's called a tub. So, me and tubs, I love tubs. So I'm going to be hopping in the tub shortly and unwinding before I go to bed. And then tomorrow I jump into it and go right to work out here and help out the center out here. So this is me checking in on some yummy stuff from just outside of Cleveland. And if you are in this area, man, I would imagine at the restaurant it's going to be like 10 stars, but even getting it delivered with the slight, it's not as hot, it's not quite as freshly prepared because they had to drive it a half an hour to get to me. But Hex does it up. I will go to Heck any day. And I'm sure Les is going to be sad that he doesn't get to go to Heck. He's going to tell me he's got ramen. Usually when I'm traveling and I get to try some really neat, fun stuff, he's like, I got ramen. But what he's not telling you is it's not normal grocery store ramen. We went to the Asian market and got all of these exotic ramens from all over the world. I even brought him back some very special mutton ramen all the way from Mongolia. So he's got ramen, but it's not just ramen. So at any rate, I am starting to fade, so I am going to call it a night for the night, and I will see you on the flip side. I do have a couple of days off today, not today, but on this trip, so I'm actually going to get to do some exploring, which I'm really excited about because there is some cool stuff in Cleveland. And I really loved Cincinnati, much to my surprise, and Cleveland's kind of a little scary. But I think we found some stuff that I'm very much looking forward to exploring. So I will see you when I get there.